Hey everybody, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another gold making video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys an amazing open world farm for Transmog in Warlords of Draenor. There are a ton of great items to get, tons of great BOE greens, blues, and some awesome epics as well that I'll go over in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So guys, we are in the good old Spires of Arak in Draenor here. Just come on from Shadowmoon Valley, or if you're Horde, come on down from Frostfire Ridge, and come on over right next to the Howling Crag. We are in this little spot called the Harvesting Pits. So yeah, you basically have a bunch of these Shattered Hand mobs, and they're basically in this big old circle. So just go around and clear all the mobs out. Another really good thing about this farm is that they are force respawn, so you should have no problems with having plenty of mobs up at any given time. I find the most efficient way of doing this is going around and every 2 minutes go ahead and loot, but just keep going as many kills as possible per hour to greatly increase your chances of getting good loot, obviously. So yeah, with that said, I farmed an hour at this location. Let's go ahead and show you guys the results from 1 hour farming here. Quick little disclaimer before we get into the loot. I did do this open world farm completely solo for a full hour. Now make sure to go ahead and if you have any friends, or you can list this in the group finder to attract more people to join your group. And obviously the more people you have in your group, the more kills you get per hour and the more loot you'll get per hour. So take what I get in the hour's worth as sort of a lower standard compared to what you could possibly get. So guys, here is all the loot in my bags from 1 hour solo farming this spot. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the inventory. I am going to vendor all the grays. There are some decent grays with some decent transmog value, but just for the sake of this video, I am just going to show you guys the greens and the auction house trading modules that I got. So with that being said, let me clean up the bags real quick and we will be right back. Alright, so the inventory is all cleaned up now, but before we go into the transmog pieces, I do want to talk about these auction house trading module parts. If you don't know, make sure to have your garrison established and make sure to have a level 2 trading post. Once you have that built, it will allow you to be able to loot these trading modules. Now basically what these modules are is that there are a few different parts. Basically, you loot all of the parts by either farming them or buying them off the auction house, combining them into these like power modules, and once you have all of them bought and turned into the quest person, you are able to actually get an auctioneer in your garrison. Now a lot of people like this because they have alts that stay in their garrison for passive gold making, so it definitely helps them out having an auctioneer there. Unless, of course, you have a Brutosaur mount, in which case you don't need to go to any auctioneer. I'm just kidding, of course. But with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the auction modules. So there is a set of auction module parts for open world and for dungeons. So if you've farmed Iron Docks before, you get different module parts than this farm, for example. And since a lot less people farm WoD open world farms compared to just running popular WoD dungeons, like Iron Docks for example, these parts here are going to usually be worth quite a bit more. So for this part in particular, you need all 4 of these parts. You have the power converter, you have the power housing, you have the power framing, and the power sequencer. Now as you can see, each of these parts go for thousands of gold on the auction house. The housing and framing being the most expensive at about 13,000 gold each currently on my realm. Now one quick note is I did have 2 of each of these parts and I did not have a power housing part until literally minute 59 in this farm, in which I got it literally in the last minute. So I am so glad I got this last part because I am going to combine all 4 of these. I'll just quickly show you guys. And usually combining these will turn a profit. So there we go. And wow, yeah, I did not even look at the price before getting this here. But as you can see, min buyout on my realm is 83,000 gold. Region wide about a little over 40,000 gold. And it has a 0.090 sale rate region wide, which is really, really good because these parts are always in demand as not a lot of people do the open world farm like I was saying. So yeah, totally up to you whether you want to sell them as individual parts or as the modules. Generally though, it is more profitable to create the module as that requires all the parts, and it's just more rare and more sought after to get the module. So enough with the auction house module parts. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual transmog itself. Now, we did get a few standout pieces here that I'll go over in a few, but as you can see, did not get any BOE blues or epics. That's just how it goes with RNG. We still made a plenty good, solid value for the hour nonetheless, so I'm not too worried. One thing to note with Warlords of Draenor greens, they are slower movers. As you can see when going over these items, they have lower sale rates, but in my experience, and in a lot of transmog sellers' experience, basing items solely on their sale rate is not that good. I know a lot of people actually vendor expensive items just because it has a bad sale rate. I am never that kind of person. Obviously, these will take time, some longer than others, but just be patient. They will sell eventually. Transmog is a very long form of making gold, not really a short-term method. So if you just do it like how I'm doing it, whereas Transmog is a long-term gold supply, it has made me millions of gold in the past, and I still make hundreds of thousands of gold every single week from Transmog alone. Just be patient, have a ton of Transmog on the auction house at all times, it will sell. Now the main thing you're looking for here are weapons. Now two-handed swords are great, any bows, crossbows, guns, things like that are also really nice. Staffs are also really good. In terms of the green armor sets, you don't have anything super noteworthy. You're not really going for specific sets. You're just going for any kind of greens that drop. They don't drop that often, but I mean, this is pretty much every single green that I looted. I really didn't vendor any. And as you can see, the cheapest value one is like just a few hundred gold. But even the region-wide value of these items is still a couple thousand, so I mean, you really can't go wrong with the vast majority of greens from Warlords of Draenor. They just will take a little longer to sell. And lastly, going over the more expensive transmog items that we got this nice staff here. There are actually none on my auction house, but it has a market value of 6,500 gold. Then we got this bad boy here, the Shadow Sage Spellblade. Now this is a unique appearance, and I gotta say it looks really cool, to be honest. So that value kind of explains why it is so expensive. I mean, it has a region value of 50k. Is that a bit inflated? More than likely, but I could see me probably selling this for 15 to 20k. Just gotta wait for the right buyer, obviously. Then we have this incredibly overpriced Sunsworn Cloak. Now it is a unique appearance, and it does look pretty cool, I gotta say. But in no way is this worth 130, 140,000 gold. I mean, it's just a cloak. But you know, this is probably 5 to 10k cloak, and it is a unique appearance, so that helps. And then lastly, we have these absolutely amazing looking shoulders, totally badass. I love how these look. The Ravenscar Pauldrons. Now, this has a 12,500 value on my realm, a full pop, and has a region value of 35,000. It seems a bit high, but I'm just gonna take it. It is a bit lower on my realm than that, so I think it's more realistically priced on my realm. Overall, heading over to the Bag Appraiser add-on to see the total market value for all items in my inventory, we're sitting at over 256,000 gold. Now obviously this is looted item value for WAD Transmog. It will take quite a while to sell these pieces, probably, you know, a good 6 months plus. So, you know, just gotta be patient. And like I said, I'm in no rush to liquefy these items. It's totally okay. I like that these have a higher value, so I'm more than happy to be patient. And that's kind of the mindset you have to have with Transmog, and with WAD Transmog in particular. Slower sales, but higher prices. So yeah, boys, unfortunately, we didn't get any BOE blues or epics. Didn't get like a Blackrock Bulwark or anything, which is valued at over 500,000 gold. That absolutely would have been amazing. But still, even solo farming this to have anywhere close to 200,000 value, obviously that's a bit inflated. You know, you can probably get easily over 100k an hour looted item value from here as a more realistic value. And the fact that that is solo value is absolutely insane. The more people you have in your party will obviously give you more value and more items per hour. So I definitely recommend coming over here with a few friends and just getting an insane amount of looted item value. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Make sure to check the link in my description and the pinned comment section. Check out goldcap.com. Become a member today for all those amazing gold guides they're doing on the website. It's absolutely amazing what they're doing over there. So with that being said, thank you again for watching today's video. Good luck with your auction house sales, and I'll see you guys in the next gold making video.